Hello, everyone, colleagues. This is Meihua Zhu from the Network Center. I'm currently serving as a Chief Senior Researcher at the ACAP. So thank you all for having me today. Today's topic is understanding about the VOC impacts in East Asia and how to building the tools and the capacity for the better air quality management. Talking about the VOCs, I'm sure all of you are very familiar what is the VOC, but please allow me to introduce again about this definition. VOC are a large group of organic chemicals that includes many compounds of carbon. I think it includes more than several hundred of species, and major emission resources are included painting, refueling, printing, vehicles and vessel and domestic uses, and as well as naturals. So when we talking about the emission trend in the about air pollutants in East Asia from the 1970 to 2070. This is the research result made by my colleagues, Dr. Kurokawa and Dr. Ohara. This is a pretty famous research findings, and it is saying that significant increases in all of the substances in East Asia, and you can see the SOx, NOx, and the CO2 increases at a high rate, especially rapidly in the early 2000 years. And when we're looking about the VOCs, it is quite different than other NOx, SOx. You can see through this slide, there is a turning point for the NOx, SOx, and CO as well, or SO2, and it's started to decreasing its trends in the East Asia. But when we're looking about the VOCs, it is keeping its the increasing trend. This is saying how important we have to control its emission of VOC in East Asia. When we're talking about the air pollution issues, we cannot miss Chinese cases. So because all of good practices and very famous good results come from the Chinese cases. So left of my slide is saying that from the 2013 to 2020, all of the air pollutants in China is sharply decreased its trend. But when we're looking about the ozone, it's continually increased into the 2018 and the current years, it seems like in the decreasing trend. And another scientific finding from other research is that when we control the ozone, we have to control the simultaneously control its emission rate for the NOx and VOCs. But when we looking about the reality, how about the emission trends and the emission reduction in the China? We can see through this diagram, it's saying that all of air pollutants, including the NOx, CO, SOx, it sharply decreased, but only the VOCs are the increasing trend from the 2013 to 2019. So it means that the VOCs emitted from the very a variety of sources and decreasing its anthropogenic emission of VOC is much more difficult than reducing other air pollutants. This is the point I would like to say about this slide. So this chart you also saw about our Moon DDC's presentation is saying that VOC impact health as well as air quality. It can generate photochemical smog, including ozone and PM2 as well, and it will hurt our health as well. When we're looking about the EANET countries, when we're talking about the ambient VOC guidelines, there is a lot of guidelines, including emission standards and other like guidelines. But here I would like to talking about ambient VOC guidelines. As of today, we among the 13 EANET participating countries, only 3 countries have the ambient VOC guidelines, namely Republic Korea, Japan, and Thailand. And on the right side above this chart is saying the Thailand cases is saying the daily average and annual average of VOC guidelines in Thailand. And another study is saying that the hazardous air pollutants of VOC in Korea are also already applied in these years. Regarding the VOC researchers in China, Japan, and Republic Korea, there is a lot of research have done regarding the VOC VOC activity. But when we're talking about the Southeast Asia, there is very limited research have been conducted. So through this literature review, I can say that as VOC playing the critical role in PM 2.5 and PM 2.5 ozone generation. But however, VOC monitoring has just started in the Southeast Asia, and the monitoring methodology and the data analysis ability is still in the starting status. So I would like to introduce what we are doing now in EANET. We established the EANET VOC project, which is started from this year, and it's gonna be continued to 2026. And the title is Promoting VOC-related Capacity Building in EANET, and the sponsor is MOEJ. And we also have other partner organizations, including Mongolia, Philippines, and Japan, and China as well. And we Network Center, we are here as an implementation agency. And before I introduce our like a structure of this project, I have to mention about what kind of like a nature the EANET countries have. For example, the EANET countries have a very large disparity. We have the high-income country, including Japan, Korea, and we have middle-income countries, including China, as well as we also have very low-income countries. And when we're looking about the environmental standard, we also can see through this like a chart and this table very like huge differences of the several like air pollutants, and we also cover very wide geographical area. So meteorological condition in EANET country is also very different. So we cannot run one project and to apply this project results and outcome to every countries, such kind of very diversified EANET countries. So we consider the 3 different sub-projects, it including the Mongolian cases, where we can establish a VOC measurement methodology, and in the Philippine cases, we can develop the air quality guidelines, and in China cases, we can conduct a core research and develop a methodology for the studies on the SOA from the VOCs. And through this project, what we expected from this project is that through this each sub-project, we expected from the Mongolian cases, we can establish the like a measurement methodology to the Cambodia, Laos, Myanmar, as well as other countries, similar countries. And from the Philippine cases, we can also apply this like a study or a lesson learned to the Indonesia, Malaysia, Vietnam, and as well as other countries. And for the Chinese cases, this is a special cases. I think in the China's cases, it can apply to Thailand, Russia, as well as Japan and Republic Korea, because I know still in Japan and the Republic Korea, there is unsolved ozone concentration. In Japan, the more than 90% of monitoring site still doesn't meet the standard of Japan. So we also have a very strong scientific support group. It is called advisory group members, and we have Dr. O'Hara as the chairperson, and we also have another 5 experts from the China, Republic, Korea, and Japan, and Thailand as well. From their advice, we can see how we can like run this project from their guideline, and provide the direction to implement how to implement the achievable and the practical project. This is some picture we just held the virtual group last week in Manila, and we already summarized the recommendation from the VOC, the virtual group members to our project. This is just for your information, and thank you for your attention.